Yo, wagwan, wagwan. Welcome back to Kwesi Bowl TV. Thank you so much for joining me again. Big up to Mandem in the building. Thank you for everyone who's spending their Monday with us so far. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. I'm here. Oh, the sound was pretty poor, but we back. Production. All of them fired. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. Hit the like button. Today we just gonna talk a little bit about transfer conversation. Liverpool transfer. You know what the topic is. Marc Guehi wants Liverpool. It's interesting how these days most of the players that we want wants Liverpool. So our excuse me. Our job is pretty easy, right? I mean, Kirkers wanted Liverpool. Verts wanted Liverpool. Frimpong wanted Liverpool. Now we're hearing that Marc Guehi just won Liverpool. So we need to talk about that. What is going on in Liverpool? I just saw a report. I think is it DiMaggio who just said that? No, sorry, not DiMaggio, but Soboslai's agent is talking about something big is happening at Liverpool, and it could be that's the reason why a lot of these players are so eager to come to Liverpool. So I would like us to discuss what's the possible thing that's going on in Liverpool. We know we are the champion, but there's been a lot of champions. And most of the time, people go for the money. And Liverpool, we don't do astronomical wages. That's not our forte. That's Manchester United or City, or should I say Chelsea. They are among them that pay people out of the nose. So what could be what's going on that got everybody's so eager to come to Liverpool, right? They would just want to play for Liverpool. That's a good thing, right? That's a very, very good thing. Also, I mean, I know it hasn't been on the in the transfer spaces that much. What's his name? Over the weekend, it came up that Luis Diaz possibly may change his mind and wants to go to Saudi, or the Saudis would like to make a play. Al Nasser would like to, is preparing an 85 million bid. That's basically the amount that Liverpool were asking from Barcelona. And we know that Barcelona could not afford it. So what did they do? They went for Nico Williams, whose release clause is, I think, about 50 mil or so. So, but we know who is in charge of Al Nassr now, based on the new contract that came up. CR7 is a very influential person. As a matter of fact, I think he's getting 15% of the stake of the club. And he is part of the transfer decision makers. So apparently there's some conversation that he is the one influencing the bid for Luis Diaz. So we will talk about that and see what's the possibility. And then maybe throw in an Isak conversation that is going on. DiMaggio is talking about Liverpool wants Isak and Osimhen, which is quite interesting, right? But bigger man, them in the building. Gary's in the house. Wagwan, how are you doing, sir? He said we'll be happy with Nunes, Jota, Diaz, Chiesa out, Ekitike, Fofana, Guehi, and Real replacements Diaz. Big up yourself. Ali's in the house. Big up, brother. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh my goodness. Edward is in here. Big up, Edward. How you doing, man? Thank you all you guys being in the building. Appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button as you are in. Let's have this conversation about these few things. As you look up, Liverpool has not been linked with too many players. And usually the players that we are linked to that so far has been players that it's been what? No brainer. they would like to come to Liverpool. They are the one actually pushing to come to Liverpool. Let's discuss. Number one, Marc Guehi. He said, get them. He won Osimhen and Isak at Liverpool, bro. Now that would be the funniest thing, right? Last time there was I told you guys about the Spurs fan and the Arsenal fan who was talking about there is not enough ball to go around for Verts, and even if Isak were to come to Liverpool, it's not going to work because there's no enough ball to go around. Now, if you have Osimhen and Isak, definitely there's no ball to go around unless you go straight up traditional 4-4-2 where both of them are playing. But that would be something, though. That would be a challenge I would like to see if Arne Slot want to take. Can he handle two, what they call it, apex strikers in his squad? I haven't seen that in a long, long time. Yo, big up. He said Kwesi is a top bloke. Respect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ali, of course, I know. You're greedy. I won't mind to see that myself. I would like to see if the manager wants to take this challenge and see if he can maneuver playing two apex strikers in his team. How will he do it? I said the easiest way of doing it is just play 4-4-2, and both of them will play, right? And of course, there's always somebody who's always injured. Then you see how you can one can play all the time, right? Liverpool are going to lose Salah to AFCON. Yeah, big up, Gary. How you doing, bro? Yeah, I think this year, the next AFCON is going to be closer to December. I believe they're playing in Morocco. Is it Morocco or Zimbabwe? I forgot where they're playing. Because of the weather, they're playing. Usually they start in January to February. Now it's going to be very, very closer to this. I think it's actually in December to January, right? And for some reason, he always will miss the Arsenal trip. Yes, Slot can handle them both. Frimpong plays as a right wing for Netherlands, so he can fill in if Isak goes to AFCON. That's the thing that a lot of people have been saying, that Frimpong is not just there for the fullback position. And Bradley is, per what Arne Slot has been saying, Bradley is still the starting fullback. So Frimpong is either going to be playing right wing, or he's going to be on the fullback, depending on availability and of Bradley. So Frimpong actually will be covering both positions. So your correction, Ekitike, makes more sense, Kwesi. You won't lose any in AFCON. So is Isak. Ekitike is not ready, people. Gary, are you going to be spending 80 plus million for another Nunes? I mean, you just said you would be really happy if Nunes was to leave. And you understand, Ekitike is basically the new Nunes. And yes, he is much better, way, way better than Nunes. But we bought Nunes off 1 year. One good year of Portuguese league. And then we decided to go get him. Ekitike just came from, he decided to leave PSG because he was not getting playing time to go to Frankfurt. And then he has a pretty decent season. Nobody have seen him since. I don't think he's in the French national team. And then you want to spend more than 60 million on a player just because I think he's a hype, right? I hear that Arsenal is also in play for him. They also, what happened to Sesko? I mean, they say Jokeris wants to go to Arsenal, but that's what I'm saying. I'll say I'm confident we sign Isak, but if we get Osimhen, my dreams will come true. So it's Osimhen is your guy, but I don't know. Isak is injury prone. He is not people. Yes, there's always he's injured, but if you look at the stats, last year he missed what 5 games plus the ones that they said he was injured, he was sitting on the bench. One of them was against Liverpool when we went to St. James Park. They told us he's injured, but then he came in and played and scored a goal. I think Liverpool can get Isak and Osimhen, swap deal with Nunes Napoli on a free. That's interesting. Big up yourself in seconds. Why is Salah going to AFCON being made such an issue? We won most games to the last time he went. People just want to bring up irrelevant. Bro, I don't know. The last two times, remember, Mane and Salah both left a couple of times, and we didn't even drop. And we didn't even drop any goals. So I don't know why people always bring. I agree with you right there. Red Rebellion, big up yourself. I agree. Everybody's, he's going to AFCON, he's going to AFCON. But most of the time, when Salah has left, we still were good. Don't forget, even the last time he left and he came back, he was injured and we were still good. And then when Mane was there, he and Mane were gone and we were still good. So I don't know why people keep bringing it up. Liverpool have always planned for the AFCON, So, and remember, we used to also lose Keita. I mean, not that Keita used to play any match, but I don't know why AFCON has never been an issue for Liverpool. So I don't know why people keep bringing it up. That's a good point. Liverpool will not spend 110 on Verse, then on Isak. Isak just had a surgery on his groin. Isak haven't had any surgeries. He hadn't had any surgeries. Stop spreading bad rumors. He hadn't had any surgeries. That's the thing about Isak's so-called injuries. His injuries are usually fatigue. I've never heard of a serious injuries for Isak where he's been gone for X amount of time. Usually he misses one game and then he's back the following game. Isak will be fine. We got great medical department. They have experience with Keita, Thiago, Matip, Jota. Bro, that's why I don't know why everybody like, he's injury prone. Like, how many games does he miss when usually you hear that he's injured? What, one game? You know how many players have come to Liverpool that was considered injury prone? Then let's go long. But let's come back to my Guehi. Were you also one of those people echoing that we will not be paid? Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. We heard it a lot. A lot of people kept saying it. We're not getting verts. We're not getting verts. And then, bam. Now all of a sudden, I don't think we're going to spend the money for this and spend the money for that. Bro, do you know how much money Liverpool has? So let's go back to my Guehi. Now, a lot of people were saying that he was asking for assurance. He wanted to be guaranteed playing time and that kind of stuff. I think that's BS. That's BS. No top player going to a top club saying, I want you to guarantee me space. Who are you? Who are you? Right? No player, if you're a big-time player, you go into a big-time club, you know that what to expect. You trying to tell the next person out there, hey, I'm coming in. So I've never believed it. Yes, it could be a conversation where the player could say, you know what, you already have 2 or 3 top players in this position, and I want to go to the World Cup, I want to go to Euro or whatever, and I want people to see me, and I want to play more games. So can see that you have your favorable players. I would rather go to X club because I will get more playing time. I can see that. But no player, a top player, will go to a top club and demand that I want to be this. Usually, top players are going in there knowing that they're going to get enough playing time. So are you telling me that Guehi is not that good? That he'll be begging for playing time? I don't believe that. I know some people wasn't, I was on a show with G and he said, if I'm the player or the player representative, I will want to have that conversation with the club that wants me, right? Now that's different. That is different because he said, I'm going, just like I said earlier, I'm going in saying, people or the club, listen, I want to go to this tournament. I want this manager, international manager, to see me playing consistently. I see that you have a favorite. What that will be the question? How do you see me being part of your squad? Am I going to get playing time? That is part of conversation. Every player that goes to a new club always brings that up. How many times do you see me playing? Right? But if that's the only way you decide that you telling the club, the only way I'm coming to you is you have to guarantee me playing time, no top team or club will go for a player and will tell the player that, yeah, we're going to guarantee you that. No, because there's no guarantee. What happens if your form dip? Then what? Or you get an injury and you are gone for X amount of time. Then what? You come back, there's another player already doing well. So now we have to kick the other player out because we guaranteed you. So to me, I don't think that is part of the reason why the deal has not gone in. Now we're hearing that he has told every other club that he just wants to go to Liverpool, right? He just wants to go to Liverpool. Big up, Loss. Good to see you. Good to see you. He said, Newcastle know the clock is ticking. Isak will be ready soon. Oh, we will talk about that. We'll talk about that. There's more to it than just that. But good point, though. Big up yourself, Loss. We are getting Guehi, then Isak. Clip that. I love your confidence. Guehi is a good defender. He's very, very good. Very, very underrated, actually. Okay, Gary. The club can afford Isak, so if we do also sign him, it's making your premium looking very poor. If Etikite was 45, it would have been okay to look at him. That I agree. Because guess what? Up and coming player, like I said, he's good. He looks like his ceiling is higher than our striker that is about to leave. So yes, that much you paying for potential, right? You're paying for the possibility of the high ceiling. But 85 million, anything over 50, I'm nah. The only unrealistic signing is Kwesi's boy Musiala. We are definitely getting Isak better, believe it. That, bro, don't. Okay, maybe I'll give it to you this year. This year, yes, that's the unrealistic signing. But we will revisit it. We shall revisit it next season. We've been talking about central midfielders. Some people want another DM. Do we? Do we really, though? I'm just saying. Yeah, Musiala's on a DM, but that's what I'm saying. They can. Why wasn't the what? He said they can. Why wasn't that spending? Bro, I don't think you understand the Isak situation. I will explain to you later. But yeah, so Marc Guehi, I think personally he will be when he comes to Liverpool, he'll be a very good signing. Though he's one of the defenders, center backs that I said I wanted if we could get him, if Kwanzaa were to leave, which was one of them was Hincapié, but he decided to go to Atletico Madrid. And then the other one is Marc Guehi. Marc Guehi is a very experienced center back. Yes, he's played most of his game in the Premier League. This is one of the reasons why we're getting it, because you could use him for most of the Premier League games, and then have Konate and Virgil, you know, rotate those players, and then focus Konate and Virgil for the CL's games, Champions League games, right? So Guehi coming to Liverpool, that will give Virgil time to rest, which is something that we needed from him. Big up to Redbird in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Guehi can give Virgil a rest. Guehi can play across, from what I know, he can play left back, right back also. So he could deputize on that. We also still have another very experienced center back by the name of Joey G. So he could also rotate in for League Cups and other competitions, right? So for Guehi coming to Liverpool, it's a no-brainer. Virgil will need time. There's no way we can have fault Virgil to take for not taking a break, playing over 60 games, club and country, too much, right? Konate, yes, he's young, but still, Konate should not be playing that much game, right? We know about his fitness levels can drop very, very sometimes. So Guehi coming in, very experienced. He's very underrated. I don't know why, because he is not fashionable. He doesn't, he's not a rah-rah, or, he's very quiet and does his business silently. Now, if you get on his bad side, you will know who he is. He's also an England international. So in terms of playing with different style against different, say, style of play, he's good. He actually starts for England. So we are getting a very, very experienced player that will definitely help us during rotations. And I believe that Arne Slot said that this is something that he's going to do a lot this coming season. He didn't get the opportunity to do it that season, but this coming season, he will be rotating. That means players are going to get a lot of rest. For a long time, some of these players have, Virgil be one of them. He doesn't get rest. Konate actually, this past season, didn't get enough rest, because, so Kwanzaa's form was very up and down. Konate played a lot of the League Cup games too, right? Big up yourself. He said, do you think Liverpool should sell Konate? I think we should. This is the thing, though. If you sell him, who do you get? Is there anybody out there that is, how many defenders out there better than him right now? Remember, the center back position, the players the market is very low as the striker. It's not as bad as the striker position, but the center back position is extremely, extremely low right now. Like the market for center backs for good players like Konate, who comes in and slot in, is very, very, very low, right? So I won't sell him, because you need him to win something, right? Selling him will get you what? 50 million, 60 most. But that's if PSG decides to buy him, because Madrid won't, right? Madrid won't buy him. Madrid wants him for free. Now, if he decides to leave, the other big club with money who will get him is PSG. PSG will probably say pay 50 with the 1 year left. Who are you getting? You know what I mean? Who are you getting? And the person that you're getting, is he going to guarantee you a championship? See, that's the reason why we didn't sell Trent, because we knew Trent can not guarantee us, but almost that place where we're like, yo, we will win with him there, right? So now, maybe in January, we can revisit it. Maybe make some money off him, because in January, we're looking at it like, oh, wow, we can win with Guehi and Gomez and Virgil. We don't need him right now. Then maybe we sell him. But right now, it's one of those situations where that, hey, take the L. Take the L, but this will not be happening again. I promise you, this will not be happening again, where players run their contract and then they go for free. This one is not happening again. We know how it all happened, but this time it's not going to happen again. Either we will get the new contract in or we sell it. He said, I think we should look for otherness if we sell Konate. Huh. Where does he play for? Give me more info on him. I think I heard the name before. Konate is on holiday. Once the players are back in training in about 2 weeks from now, we should know the real story about Konate. That's facts. He has told everybody that all the stories you're hearing, if it's coming from outside, not true. Just like with Salah and VVD, the media will sell trash stories regarding players. Facts. He said Liverpool always have money. They didn't spend it last season. Chiesa was signed. One will love Isak based on recent history. FSG don't spend 200 plus million on 2 players. You sure? Have you remember when we brought in Virgil and Alisson in the same calendar year? 75 million and 65 million plus 40 million on what's his name? On Fabinho plus 55 million that we prepaid for Keita. Are you sure, Gary? Liverpool have money. They just know how to spend it. They don't spend it willy-nilly like Chelsea already spent 2 billion. And have they even made any ground on what their plans are? Big up yourself, spirit of LFC fans. He said, Crazy Boy work for Liverpool. Yeah, you know more about them than anyone I know or anyone like anywhere. You will never walk alone. Big up yourself. Well, I tell people my sources are always legit, right? There's only one issue with the Musiala situations, which Ali wants to always bring it up. But next year, we're going to be talking about Musiala. You watch, Marc, click me, whatever you want. Next year, Musiala conversation will be bringing up. But big up yourself, spirit. My sources are always legit. I'm telling you. People don't believe me, but they are always legit. Yes, people, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Come on, people. Let's get this thing on the road. Share, subscribe if you haven't. As a matter of fact, let's talk about the subscribers. We are 12 away from our goal, 500, which I think we can make it before the end of the week. So let's get that popping. Man. Thank you so much for all my new subscribers. Thank you. You guys don't understand how much it means to me, man. Gary, if the club never spent money, we will never have had squad this season. Red Rebellion. We need Marc, Guehi, Edison, and Isak. Spirit, I think this is probably the second or third time I see you bring Edison in. I agree with you with the Guehi and the Isak part. Edison, though, from what we heard, he wants to go to Saudi because Bruno did not go to Saudi. So they're looking at him. We haven't heard anything much about that since. That started at the beginning of the summer. But I know Edison is good, but do we need a mid DM right now? We got DM. We got Endo and Gravenberg. So Bosley can slot in. As a matter of fact, even Curtis can slot in. I don't think DM is our priority, but during the preseason, maybe Liverpool will revisit that part. That one I know for sure. So we need to win Premier and Champion next year. Facts. Name the £100 million player deals in LFC, please. This guy's still fighting with him. Rice and Grealish. Yeah, how well are they playing? Rice, yes. Grealish have given City like half a season. The year that they won the treble. He started playing better from the January to the end of the season. That's the only time I've seen him play ball. That he played really, really hard. And that was the same season. He made fun of Amorim and Amorim started scoring all the goals. So everybody was making fun of Grealish, right? That was the only season that he played well. And that season, he only played well for half of the season. After that, we didn't see anything from Grealish. I've been telling people that. But anyway, we move on. What going to happen to Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, Konate, Gomez, Reece Williams, Calvin Ramsey, Endo, Elia, Jones, Martin, Doak, Chetik, Scallion, McCullion, Kumas, Dan, Chiesa, damn, Nune. Brother, how much time do you have? Okay, so let me try from what I know. I think Tsimikas, at this point, they haven't had any bid for him, but I think that one might come towards the end of the transfer window, because Robo is not going anywhere, right? Robo is staying. So Tsimikas, if there's any bid, and I don't think Liverpool is in a rush to sell him, so I think a decision will come towards the end of the transfer window. Kwanzaa is going to Leverkusen. As a matter of fact, from what we hear, he's in Germany right now doing his medical. Konate, like I said, at this point, we don't know until he comes back from holidays, and then we'll probably hear a little bit more. But I think he's staying. Gomez is staying. Reece Williams, I think his contract should be running out, right? Nat Phillips left, so I think Reece Williams, he should be having, maybe this is last year. Probably they'll let him go another loan, and then eventually he moves on, or somebody will come get him. But at this point, I don't think he's part of the squad. Calvin Ramsey, I think he's going to be sold. Endo is staying. Elliott is, I think, Aston Villa, and especially him having such a very good tournament, he's going to be making us a lot of money. Jones is staying. Martin is probably going to get sold. Doak is going to get sold. I believe there's Celtics are looking at him, but Chetik is injured. He will be assessed during the preseason. I don't know about Scallon, McNeil. I think he is staying. We shall know more about him during the preseason. Kumas also. Dance, I think he might go on loan. Chiesa, Napoli is looking at him. Jota is staying. Oh, Jota could be a big deal for Isak, but I think Jota is staying. Nunes, Napoli is looking at him. Diaz, we shall talk about Diaz. I think Diaz is 50-50. Liverpool are not in no rush to sell him. We're having a very good deal with Diaz. Wages are low. He plays well. He's going to play well regardless, because next year is the World Cup. This is a World Cup season, so he's going to play well. So whatever Liverpool does with Diaz, Liverpool's winning. So with Diaz, for me, it's a 50-50 situation right now. Yeah. So he said Joel Aldernes, 21-year-old playing for Club Brugge. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not really. I heard the name before, but I'm not familiar with his kung fu. Oh, Ecuadorian center back. Yes. Now it makes sense. I believe he has played with Hincape in one of these international games. Maybe that's why I heard the name, because I was checking out for Hincape. So I heard the name. Big up to AR. You guys, you guys are still hit the like button, people. Come on, hit the like button. Law says we have 8 midfielders. I think, it's always going to be 6 strikers. I mean, not 6 strikers, 6 attackers or 6 forwards, 8 midfielders. That's 14, and then 8 defenders, 2 left back, 2 right back, and then the 4 center backs. That's 8. So that's what? 8 plus 6. 24, and then the 3 goalkeepers, 27, which you're supposed to usually is what, 25 or 26. So yeah, it's about the same Um, he said, I reckon both Elliott and Martin would leave in this window. Big up to honesty. Big up to honesty. He said UEFA confirmed they postponed the assessment of multi-club ownership case involving Leo and Crystal Palace, who owned by the same owners. It's funny. Leon is still fighting their case so that they don't get relegated, right? And then the funny thing is they've been relegated and they can go to Europe. That's the situation. He said, yeah, Leon to be excluded from European competition if they lose appeal against. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be they're gonna be losing. They won't turn. They're still gonna be relegated. They have a lot of problems. Hence the reason why their owner is selling the club. Honestly said Gerald Kwanzaa complete his move to Bayern. Okay, so he's done it. As a medical has been done today, as revealed. Big up to Kwanzaa, man. 30 million initial fee to Liverpool, 5 add-ons, buyback clause starting from 60 mil plus add-ons. Buyback clause available from 2027. Perfect timing. Liverpool needs 2-9 ASAP. Gravenberg is suspended. He's just suspended for 1 game. Rio, one thing will get a game time. Yes, he will. Have you seen him? He's looking manly now. Isak has talked to the coach and the club because he would like to leave, but Newcastle are currently not open to that. Dimasio. Yes, slot rate McNullen highly. Yes, he does. I think he did get a few game time. I don't know why people are worried about what's going on to happen under 21 players like Pachetic, McConnell, Kumas, etc. Pachetic is different. You know, he's been sought out by elder clubs. So if there's a possibility where Liverpool makes some cash off him, they will sell him. He said Gary said he's looking forward to seeing Kerkers. One will keep Konate. He's better than most people think. Yes, he is. Newcastle haven't been able to sign anyone I know. We will talk about that. If you saw my tweet, they need to take that money. They need to take that money. Premier League squad rules dictate that under 21 players are registered separately to our first team squad. Under 21 players are additional on top of our first team. That's true. That's true. That's true. Richard Reyes. And club can register as many under 21 players as they want. Last season, we registered 61. Damn. Wow, that's a lot. Elliott, Bradley, and Kwanzaa were all, and actually, Elliott is still under 21, right? So he's still under the rule. If Leo and Palace got the same owners, why don't Palace buy their players like City? That's a good question. That is a very, very good question. Most of their players are getting relegated anyway. Is that where Mateta came from? I don't remember. Somebody help me. This season, because of all 3 are 22 and not under 21 anymore, they will have to. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Happy birthday to the Don. Trey. Yes. Happy birthday to Trey. Telling you, man, Trey's going to have a big time season this year. Yeah, they sold him just like Chelsea sold theirs. Anything Liverpool breaking, Braga are ready to step up interest in Tyler Morton. Ajax, West Ham United, and Club Rouge have also been following the 22 who eager to play first team. If Bunkers, out of all these clubs that you just mentioned, which one do you think he should go to? I'm in West Ham. I'll go to Ajax. For me, I'll go to Ajax. Why? Because I'm 22. You could go for 2 years, diversify your game, and then come back. Because he's one of those talented kids that they usually hit a wall and they can't push beyond that. And usually it's because they don't get enough playing time with the first team squad. So for you to be able to be looked at, because you go to West Ham, you might get playing time here and there, but if your form dip, it's a wrap. But if you go to Ajax, learn a different way. By 24, you are back. Trust me, your game is different. See, this thing with the English players, they need to start learning how to diversify their game. And that's why I'm so happy for Kwanzaa for going to Germany. He said, what's your opinion on club saying their club World Cup is the worst thing that happened to football? That's why he left the game. I won't say it's the worst thing that happened to football. Is the way they're running it is the worst thing that happened to football. Club has always been player safety first. So I do not disagree with his sentiment at all. Players needs to be looked at, and these people are not doing that. They are not. They are just piling on game after game after game, and players are gonna start getting burned out. And then the World Cup is going to come in. The reason why the Qatar World Cup was so successful was because it was in the middle of a season, which players usually hit their peak, right? And that's why that thing was so competitive. It being so different, playing the World Cup in December was so different, but successful because the players were at their utmost fitness. The next one is going to be in the summer where players are tired. I agree with sentiment. They didn't plan this well. They did not plan this well. Already, the Club World Cup has always been there. It's usually been played in December, right? This one was something that they were trying to make it bigger so that a lot more clubs can play. But they didn't do it well. If you're going to do this, keep it in December or play during preseason. So this could be the preseason games that players usually play anyway, or clubs usually play anyway, right? Most clubs play a month worth of preseason before their season start. This could have been that. But playing it right after the season, and by the time they're done, they got like only 2 weeks for the. Yeah, man. Klopp said what he said, and I support him. Kwesi, Liverpool will go back to back. You're damn right. That's the goal. Martin for under 21 was called. Yeah, he played well, actually. He played very well. You think he said Bundesliga. See, go there. I agree with you. Go to Bundesliga, go to Eredivisie, go to these other clubs, man. And then diversify your game, build a different profile of skill set, and then come back. And I promise you come back better. Look at the Jude brothers. I mean, the Bellingham brothers, right? Sancho, same thing. There's other players that a lot of us don't know about that have gone to Germany and come back and playing very well. So Maresca, is that what? Reported that Isak contract negotiations with Newcastle are coming to an end. Thought wildly that there is opportunity for Liverpool here. Yes, there is. Big time opportunity. Maresca was mad about organized with a long break. Well, that one, there's nothing you can do, man. It's the weather. They're not going to allow you to play in there when there's a lightning storm. I mean, he's frustrated. He's projecting, right? He's literally frustrated that they are there in the first place. And then this, thing happened. So he's just voicing his frustration beyond the long break that they had. And I don't blame him. Yeah, the humidity is welcome to USA in the summer, man. Irishman is in the building. Big up yourself, brethren. How are you doing? People, please go subscribe to my brother's channel, man. Go subscribe if you haven't. Martin is a decent player, but like Kwanzaa, he wants regular first team football, which he won't get at LFC. That's why I think it's very good for him to go to Europe. another league and play. Don't stay in England. England, there's nothing that you right now playing for West Ham. There's nothing that he will learn playing there right now. He might not even start. And then what? Go abroad, play more games, and come back. Yeah. So let's move on to, like I said, recap. Marc Guehi, possibly Diaz, probably going to be this week. It's looking very, very positive. He wants to come to Liverpool. Liverpool wants him. And personally, I think that would be, it's no-brainer when it comes to Marc Guehi. We need that type of experience in our club. He's an international. He's a very, very underrated. But this player can play multiple positions. He's not just a left or right back, center back. Believe he also played DM. For me, the reason why I like Guehi so much, because he reminds me of Joey. Same style. They have they play identical to me, right? And he's very reliable, right? He is, knocking on wood, he is very, very reliable. That's why I hope that we get this deal over the line this week. Now let's move on to Diaz. Like I was saying earlier at the beginning of the show, we're not going to spend too much time on Diaz. It seems like Ronaldo, if you know on Ronaldo's new contract, it tells you that he is part of the transfer committee. He has a say in what kind of transfer they're going to make. And from what we're hearing, that he is also pushing hard for Diaz. Now, will that change Diaz's mind to be like, hey, Ronaldo wants me to be part of his squad and da-da-da? Will that change his mind for him to want to go there? Right? I was thinking, yeah, go there, go make the money, and then come back. We've seen Duran doing it. Maybe next year, Barca will come back. Right? But right now, Barca played him. He's frustrated, and that's the part where his frustration being put, he and his camp frustration being put on Liverpool makes no sense. We heard about the stories that they're talking about, oh, they've been lied to and promises were made. I don't think that's true. I think maybe that's a media publication, but Liverpool have been 100 with them from day one. Liverpool said, we don't want to sell him. It will take a big chunk of money to get him sold. So right now, I think if the Saudi come with the 85 million, he's gone. Barcelona will not have that kind of cash. Now, will Liverpool give him a new contract? If I was him, ball out this coming season, right? If we don't sell him between now and January, ball out. Continue the hard work that he put in during this past season. And then maybe Liverpool change their mind. But the thing is, I think the reason why Liverpool don't want to change their mind is because there's those rumbling of him wanting to, or his camp trying to push him to Spain. Maybe that's why Liverpool looking at it like, well, we are not in a rush. Either we make substantial amount of money on you, or give us the last 2 years, which I know it's dirty, but the last 2 years for him at Liverpool will be his best last 2 years. So we get his best last 2 years, regardless. So it is dirty in a way, but hey, Liverpool also have to, that's our investment that we made. So we got to get paid our dividends, you know what I mean? So yeah, with Diaz, I think if Saudi or a club comes in with anything above 55 million, Liverpool will let him go. That one I know for sure. So we're still waiting to see what happens. I mean, and the good thing about this year is all these players all of our players are going to be in long-term vacation mode before they come back, which is, we haven't had that in a long time. I think the last time we had that was when Virgil and Joey were coming out from that long injury, right? The summer before the quad season, right? That was the only time all the players had a very, very long summer break. So it's been a long time. So very happy for our squad. Martin is a decent player, but like Kwanzaa, he wants regular first team football, which he won't get at Liverpool. True. Hope has organized it properly for the World Cup. We don't need what happened in the Copa America. Well, oh yeah, last year. Well, that's why they did that test run. It better not happen. You're right. You're right on that one. Yes, better for Martin to go make a career elsewhere. No point in him not playing. Best for the club and player. Facts. And Liverpool probably put a buyback clause on him. You know, we are masters at that. At the moment, the player himself has not decided what he wants to do. He never gave any final green light to Atletico. I expect Liverpool and make his decision of future. Who are you talking about? You talking about Robo? More on this interest from Ajax is also significant if their new head coach John Ertig. Oh, that's why. Work with more last season. So that's why. Not forgot about Hertiger, man. John, bro, go to Ajax. Go to Ajax. Trust me. Go to Ajax. Honestly, I think there is a chance we go for Hato if both Robo and Simicas leave. Yeah. If both of them leave, yes. But if not, Hato, maybe we'll keep him on ice. Now that we have John at the helm at Ajax, that's a big chance for Liverpool to keep him on ice for 1 year, because there's been report that he also wants to stay 1 year so he plays enough game. So anyway, I think Hato will be a Liverpool bound player. I've seen Arsenal been snooping around, but I think he's a player for the future for sure. Yep, Diaz, tough luck, bro. They should have Chrissy organize the World Cup, bro. If they let me organize the World Cup, man, it will be party every day. It'll be a party. Welcome to the party. Athletic didn't want to pay. They decided to go pay the money on somebody else. So we move on. Yeah, it's about Robo. Gracie, if we sold Diaz to Saudi, we should sign Rodrigo. Facts. That's one of the players that I want if we were to go for if Diaz were to move on. Rodrigo hasn't played well last season, but he's a player with high skill level. His ceiling is high. He needs more game time. And he's been played not in his favorite position because of Mbappe and Vini. He comes to Liverpool, he will move to his favorite position. I want to see that. Yeah, definitely. If Rodrigo, can you imagine Rodrigo and Gakpo on the left? And if need be, Salah moves on to, when Salah goes to AFCON, we can still shift him back to the right. Oh, man. Bro, I'm telling you, maybe that's why we want that 85 million, because Madrid will want a lot of money. Can't wait to see which striker we sign. Big bomber coming. I told you, the next signing that is going to come in is going to be a big bomber. Who has even succeeded after leaving white cheap skates? If we bid for Isak, what the price do you think Liverpool will offer? I know from starters, they will start with 100, right? 100 guarantee. And then everything else will be add-ons. So, for instance, we could say 100 guarantee plus Jota, right? But I think for Isak, 125, 130 mask. That's how far Liverpool go. That 150 people talking about is BS. I think 120, 125. That's the most. That's the most Liverpool pay. Rodrigo will be a brilliant signing. If we get Isak and Rodrigo, we win everything. Sheesh. I like your confidence. That's exactly how I'm feeling. 130 million is the maximum figure in order to complete the deal for Isak. Okay. See, now it seems like it went from 150 to 200, then back to 150. Now people are reporting 130. Exactly the same that I'm saying. It won't go more than that. People, hit the like button, hit the like, subscribe. We are almost there. Where are we now? We are almost there. He said, hold up. Man, them moving like Arsenal because he's still on 488 subs. Well, go on, get quick. Bro, thank you, man. Thank you. What's going on, people, man? Why are people acting like you Arsenal, man? Come on, this is Liverpool we're talking about here. Royalty. Come on, people. Subscribe. People, subscribe. Come on. Get the subs up, people. Get the subs up. Come on. Why are people out here? We are Liverpool. Why are people out here talking about, acting like these gooners? Excuses. Excuse FC, man. People are becoming Excuse FC, man. Acting like the gooners out here. Subscribe, people. Come on. Hit the like button. We're trying to get to 50 likes today. Come on, people. Hit the like button. They are also linked with Elliott and Newcastle. True. That's true, too. Quincy, give me your top UFC fighters. Woo! You got me there. Of course, the GOAT who just resigned, Jones. The other GOAT who left, Francis. I like Adesanya. I like Paddy too. I think he's a bad boy. Paddy is a bad boy. And then, of course, what's his name? Why am I blanking his name right now? I don't want to say he's from Russia, but he's from that area. His camp is crazy. Somebody help me with that name. Is it Ustav? Yeah, he's also another one. He's a bad boy, man. He's a bad boy. Clock ticking. Newcastle will switch soon. Newcastle will sell with pain and regret, but sometimes you need to take 2 steps back to go forward. Facts. Now, let's get on that Isak thing, right? And I'm working on bringing a Newcastle fan in so that we have a conversation. He is telling me it's for a fact that Newcastle will not sell. But this is the thing, though. Newcastle are in a place where they are borderline on the PSR. They are not in the PSR, but they're there. They are not there, but because of Champions League, they're out of it. But the problem they're facing right now is they need to bolster the squad. And from what we heard, Eddie Howe was promised that they will start the bolting of the squad early, right? They wanted to bring the players in early, and that has not happened. And the reason why some of it has not happened is because the players that they've gone for, one, either they can't afford the price that the selling club want, or the player have chosen to go elsewhere. For instance, they wanted Pedro. They've been trying to work on Pedro since the season ended. They could not afford him. Right? I believe Mbuemo was one of the people on their list. Same thing. Because Mbuemo is going, Brentford won the same amount of money that Cunha is on. Right? And I believe Cunha was on their list too, and he chose to go to Man U. For the fact that even Cunha going to Man U with them being in the bottom of the league and Newcastle being Champions League means something is not going as planned. Hence, maybe the reason why there was rumors that they are looking at our, Julian Ward to take over their director of football. So things are not going as planned, as Newcastle thought that just because they were in the Champions League, they were going to get a lot of players. You see, that part of football has gone away. Back in the day, it used to be like that. Everybody wanted to be in Champions League because it brings players in. These days, these players don't care. They'll go to a mid-level club who pays them well, like Manchester United, and then try to see if they can go to Champions League with Manchester United. So that's the part where Newcastle has to understand this will be beneficial for you to take the money now so you could get the players you want. They're going to lose quite a bit of players, but they cannot go into the Champions League or this coming season the way they did the other time, because guess what? They didn't have a big squad when they did that, and they fell off. Last season, they came into last season, what? 6, 7, 8, around that part, because of what happened to them in the Champions League. Yeah, they had a very decent Champions League tournament, but after that, it did not go so well, right? They played an exciting game. There was a lot of history made, beating PSG with Mbappe and them boys. It was excitement for them. St. James saw some very good games. But after that, they were struggling in the EPL. And, of course, they got bounced. They got beat. So I'm saying for now, Newcastle needs to think ahead and say, hey, we may need to take the money so we could go get our players. Otherwise, you're not going to get the players you need to play this tournament and the Premier League and all the league cups that they're going to be in. You're not telling me that you're going to be playing Isak every single game. You're going to use Isak for Champions League, Carabao Cup, and then FA Cup. That's impossible. It makes no sense. Not even it's impossible. That makes no sense. Right? Isak is for the league and the Champions League. Now, when you get further into the league cups, the domestic cups, then he shows up. But right now, Newcastle is borderline messing around, and they're going to find out later, and it's going to hurt them. Yes, selling your price assets sucks. Trust me, Liverpool, we know. Torres, Suarez, Mascherano, Alonso, Coutinho, right? Trent just left for free. Well, relatively for free. We got 10 million from them because they needed him early. But even the big clubs get into that situation where sometimes, because of these FFP rules and the PSR, you have to properly manage the books. And yes, Isak being in Newcastle is good for them, actually great for them, but you are in a place, you caught out between a hard place, a rock and a hard place. You have to sell. You have to sell. It's for the betterment of your club, because you can bring in enough players. You decide to give him more money in terms of wages. Guess what? Bruno is going to show up. Di Natale is going to show up, say, hey, Winnie also needs to be paid well, because it's not just Isak who's a big-time player in Newcastle. They got about 5 or 6 players who are very, very essential for that club. You give one player good money, the rest of them will come. So I'm saying if they're going to go on that route, okay, pay Isak the money. He was worth it. But then now you're going to get into the problem of paying a lot more players high wages, right? So for me, they need to start thinking wisely. Preseason is 2 weeks away. Take the money. Take the money, because this is a situation where you are caught up where it's like, this is how, it happens to everybody. Like I told you, I listed a bunch of players for Liverpool that we had to let them go. Yes, we didn't want them to go, but we had to let them go. And guess what? We made money. We made money, and we bought other players too. Some of them we didn't do good business. That's our fault. So if we give them 130 million and they don't do good business, that's on them. But you had the money to do the business. You had the opportunity to do the business. And that's why they stuck with Newcastle right now. Rebellion said Newcastle have also lost on João Pedro. That's what I'm saying. They wanted João Pedro and then they couldn't afford it. They are going to pay big money to replace Isak, and the only way that can happen is the cash. Yep. And this is the thing. The more they wait, the harder it's going to get, because eventually they're going to cave, and then everybody's going to see that, you got money. Then the prices start to go up. So better to sell him now, buy all the players, go get some up-and-coming players, and then build on that. Eddie Howe is a very good manager where he knows how to develop players. So go get him his players. Otherwise, those players are good. World Cup is coming. So those players that you're going to get are going to play well. So I'm just saying, I'm out here campaigning big time, but it's just common sense. Give them Darwin or Harvey. I mean, Harvey will be a good shout. Harvey and Jota. We got Darwin, Jota, Harvey. Hey, Newcastle. Loss is crazy. Yeah, Jota, Harvey, that's what? 2 players worth 80, 85 million, and then the rest of them will give him cash. Right? I will not sell Nunes to another PL club. If he managed to get rid of his erratic behavior in front of the goal, he will cook. That's why Napoli will be a best place for him, because the game is slower for him. He will have time to process. That is Nunes' only problem. No composure. Yeah. Big up to Colin. Colin's in the building. We're going. Yeah, it's unwise. But Nunes needs to go. His time at LFC's up. At this point, based on every Juno, it definitely is going to happen. Yeah, man. I mean, the report, Davey. Well, I guess I told you guys. I don't want to say that's what is happening. But right now, I told you guys, if you follow me on Twitter, or X, as they call it these days, a while ago, I told people the next bomber is going to be huge. Right? Today, as of, let's share it. Everybody is starting to see that there's light. This smoke is getting thicker and thicker. Right? This smoke is getting thicker and thicker. One of our favorites, Liverpool favorite, Junos, is reporting. Yeah, no, not him. Not Kabak. This one. Breaking. Alexander Isak wants to leave Newcastle, according to report. People, and of course my friend, the Chip. Yeah, he's playing around. So people, the smoke is getting thicker, people. The smoke is getting thicker. And guess what? He said, remember, Newcastle is scared of Liverpool in July. The thing is, Liverpool is not going to disrespect Newcastle. That's why I've told people, and I think Gary, I said that I will tell you the reason why the whole Newcastle and Isak and Isak to Liverpool thing. I was going to explain it to you. He said that Liverpool was not going to spend another 100 million on a player. Liverpool fans have never. Let me go backtrack. Majority of Liverpool fans have never said this deal was going to happen or will it happen. We said it can happen. And some people have said it will possibly happen. Why? Based on what I have discussed earlier, looking at Newcastle's financial situations, right? But one thing that I like about what Liverpool fans, majority of Liverpool fans have all put in their psyche compared to previous years when they hear a little link with a superstar, they're like, yeah, he's coming, he's coming. No, not this time. Everybody knows that for this to happen, again, majority of Liverpool fans knows for this to happen will depend on that gentleman right there on the screen. If he says, I want to leave, then we are all looking at the Liverpool hierarchy and say, people, make this thing happen. Because you can't make it happen, right? We know if Isak gives a hint that he wants to leave, Liverpool make it happen. That's why a lot of us saying that this can happen. It depends on Isak. This has never had nothing ever to do with Liverpool or Newcastle. It always was depending on him. And all he had to do was say, yes, I want to move on. And from what David O'Cobb is saying, maybe he heard a few things or he's reporting from another reporter or whatever, right? As you can say, he says report. So basically, maybe he's referencing another reporter or whatever. But we all know from day one, and if you listen to me from day one, I've said this is on Isak. If Isak says he wants to come, Liverpool can make it happen. That's what majority of Liverpool fans, and most of it, I would say even 99% of my chat who wants Isak to come to Liverpool have said, if Isak said he wants to come to Liverpool, he will come to Liverpool. The same thing with that's how we got Verts. That's how we got, what's the name? Frimpong. That's how we got Kirkers, right? And it seems to me the same thing is happening with Marc Guehi. And it's a beautiful thing for Liverpool. All the players that we want are players that say Liverpool or nothing. Verts didn't want to go to Bayern. He didn't want to go to City. Don't let City fans fool you. They've been looking for him since January. They have always been talking about he is the one that's going to replace KDB. As a matter of fact, even Madrid was looking at him, but the price was too high. Because guess what? Madrid manager is his former coach. So, and for the longest time, Liverpool has always been like that. Players, big-time players, if they don't want to come to Liverpool, we don't call for them. So, that's why. That's why. So now we're looking at it that now it's becoming, because this story has been going on and nobody has come out and stopped it. Newcastle could have come out and said he's not going anywhere. Now they have sent some feeders through their reporters or their local reporters to say he's not going anywhere, he's not going anywhere. But then it went to, they're going to give him more money. Then it went to, for it to happen, it's going to be 200 and then 150 and then 200, then back to 150, now 130. Bro, this story is not going anywhere, and the rival fans are shaking. That's the beautiful thing. What was the last time you seen, even when City were their pump and they were spending all the money, you never saw Liverpool fans or even some rival fans going on. They would say, wow, City is going to dominate. Look at all the money they spend. But you never saw rival fans doing shows, coming on X, crying and petrified, basically doing therapy, talking about, please don't let Isak goes to Liverpool, because they know if this gentleman comes to Liverpool, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Right? That's the beautiful thing now. That's why they're so excited. And Liverpool, if Liverpool has the opportunity, they get a little wink that this gentleman wants to come, wants to leave. Now, Liverpool fans, we need to also be aware. It's not just Liverpool that wants him. I know Arsenal has been trying to get him. PSG, it's also a team to look at. Bayern, not this year, maybe next year or 2 years from now. But for me, the club that will be the most scary one is PSG, because they have the money. Any other club, I think they will be priced out, including Arsenal. But yeah, Isak to Liverpool, it's becoming reality. I know it used to be a dream. Like Fabrizio said it. He said Isak is a dream signing for Liverpool. And now the dream seems to be becoming a reality. And I told you guys, I'm going to say it again. I said the next bomber, and my Guehi is not the bomber. The next bomber is going to be a big one. I'm not going to mention who the player is, Ale. I'm not going to mention Ale, but I'm telling you, the next player, that the next bomber that you guys going to hear is going to be a big one. And it could be this gentleman here, or it could be somebody else, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But people, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Come on. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Get the subs up, people. Get the subs up. It's begun. All roads leads to Anfield for Isak. Facts. It's starting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. LFC partnership with Adidas will only begin from August 1. And so we will likely have to wear the 24-25 Nike kit throughout the month. Yep, that's what we're going to do. It's probably going to have the championship one. Isak is an Adidas player, right? Kwesi, what formation will Slot use next season? Good question. Please, shameless plug. Watch LFC Vibes with myself and the Kennel Zuberi, and we talked a lot about that. I think 4-2-3-1 is the default setting, but he has shown that he can play 4-2-4. We did that against City at the Etihad and other games. Sometimes some people call it 4-2-2-2, but I think the manager will play different variety of game formations based on the team we play. Don't rule out 4-3-3 because that's where Diaz comes in as a number 9. But I think our default setting will be 4-2-3-1. After we got Florin, I was like, Isak is a possibility. We got money to blow. Yes, sir. Remember, I told you guys, it's 3 big players they want. Possibly they will get 2. It's highly that they will get 2. But there's 3. He said, yes, Kwesi, I agree with you. It's on Isak's decision, but I don't think he will push to go. No, he doesn't have to kick and scream that he wants to leave. I mean, he got 3 years. Newcastle holds all the cards. However, if he says, I'm not renewing my contract, and the financial state that they are in right now, you know what I mean? So that's why it's on him. He just have to tell him, I'm not renewing my contract, and that's it. They don't have to sell, even if he says that. Okay, fine. You don't want to renew your contract, we'll keep you for 1 more year. Help us with Champions League, right? And, Zuberi was like, you know what? We might not get him this summer, but watch that space for January, which I also kind of like, that's a very good shout too, because by January, Newcastle will know where they are in the Champions League and how they do it in the league. If they are too far gone from the league, they will probably say, you know what, you can go. If they are being knocked out of the Champions League, then they'll probably say, you know what, you can go. But if around that time they can be falling into the playoffs in the Champions League, or they can use him to make into the top 5, they might keep it. So there's a possibility where we may not get him this summer, but I think January, that around that part. And guess what? Can you imagine him coming in January and we are like fighting for quad and he comes in? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Newcastle owner don't want him to leave. Hence, he was like, we need to give him a new deal. And apparently, some promising haven't been met with Isak. The promises is the same promise they made Eddie Howe. players needed to come in sooner, and they haven't. Right? He's also just like Virgil and Salah. I want to see what the project is. If you bring in players in to help me, I can stay a year and then we can fight for something. Already, he has taken them to 2 Champions League and won them a cup. He's done his bit. People, please support Kwesi by liking and subscribing. Thank you. Thank you, Hank. Thank you. Thank you. Please, people, get the subs up, people. Let's get close to the 500. You know, July 1 is tomorrow. Transfer starts tomorrow, man. Get me up there, too. And get the likes up, people. Let's get the likes up. Come on. I will not dismiss David O'Cop. He is very possible has inside link. No, David has been hitting his, you know, he's not like certain Mandem who, I'm not going to mention their name, but there was one Liverpool, so-called Liverpool Juno, when we said we were going for Verts, he said he doesn't see it happening. He said he doesn't even know how he's going to play and all that kind of stuff. Now he's looking foolish. As a matter of fact, that guy who was talking against Klopp, saying that if Klopp doesn't like to watch the World Cup, then he should go watch Paddle. That guy from Sky Sport, who, when everybody was saying Verts came to Liverpool to talk to Liverpool, or his family came to talk to Liverpool, he said no. If their family came to talk to anybody, it was City. And then now he's looking like foolish right now. But Dave O'Cop has been very, very reliable with his sources. He doesn't come out and say trying to be the first person. He's been very reliable with his sources. He's not David Onstein or Fabricio or some of these guys, but he's reliable. That's what I would say. Dave O'Cop, I check out Dave O'Cop. He's a real one. Yes, sir. Bring us Isak. Arsenal don't got the paper. No, they don't. Bayern just got Walter Maid. Chelsea got João Pedro, Lewandowski, Madrid, Mbappe. Oh, Barca has Lewandowski, Madrid, Mbappe. Arsenal looking at Nicholas Jackson. And they got Arteta favorite player, Havertz. City got Haaland. Yeah, I heard a rumor about Arsenal talking to Jackson. Let that happen. Oh, Jesus, let that happen. It's not just because he can play. It's just for the Arsenal fans. The crash out will be so generational. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, man. Thank you for coming through again. Thank you. Thank you. A trouble winning formation. Big up yourself, Philip. Good to see you. He said, Chrissy, it's too hot for me having the last ice cream. Yeah, man, out here too, man. Today is going to be pretty hot. It's going to be pretty hot today, man. California is starting to burn. I think 4-2-3-1, but 4-2-4 in a lot of the games. Yes, I agree. Tottenham have genuine interest in Kudus, and he is high on their list. Kudus going to Tottenham, I would like it. I want Frank, the manager. The reason why I would like him to go because he's my countryman, and I like the manager. Chelsea, I think Chelsea is also looking, but Chelsea already got Guinness. I don't want him to go to Chelsea. And it's not just because they are direct rivals. It's just Chelsea has too many of the same players. If Isak comes 40 GA, Kwesi, bro, he's going to be... The amount of opportunities he will get to score, whether it's from Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Vert, or even himself, is going to be way too much. It's going to be way too much. Definitely not finished yet on the transfer front, even if we were. I am excited for the season with what we've done so far. Me too, man. Me too. Imagine we break the British transfer record twice, one window, first for Wirtz and Isak. No, Wirtz did not break the record. Remember, what's the name? Chelsea has the record, and I think it's Enzo. I think we are second or third, because Caicedo, don't forget Enzo Caicedo. Yeah, we didn't pay as high as people think we did. Watch Paul Joyce come out and say Isaac leaving is not true. Watch. It's not Joyce, it's Pierce. James Pierce is the one who always is the Debbie Downer. Oh, that's scrub, bro. Can go walks. Isaac is in his vacation in Croatia and moved to Liverpool, and he said, "Don't ask these questions." Wow, he's smiling. Yeah, man, I saw that story. Vert will get 30 GAs. If he gets 30 GAs and Salah also gets 30 GAs, then that's a quad. That's a quad. If Jackson gets Madueke and Jackson pops corn really for the meltdown. Thank you so well. Thank you so well. I shall. Yeah, man. Big up to Mandem in the building. Thank you for coming through. But please hit the like button. Subscribe. Come on, people. Share me across all those spaces. You know, we want to do that calling, man. I want you guys to be calling in and talking with me or running the show with me, because I can't always be the only one speaking. He said the worst deal comes to 116, including add-ons. Caicedo is 115, including add-ons. How much was Endo's? No, Endo's. Enzo. I think Enzo is 120 plus add-ons. Big Up Red. He said, if Isak signed, that will end any debate. It will be the literal Death Star. I cannot see. So what? I cannot see it happening, but you never say never. Thank you. At least you have confidence that it can still happen. Right? This is the thing, brother. We are not saying it's going to happen 100% because nobody can guarantee that. But we're just saying it's on the player. If the player say, I want to leave, Liverpool will show up. Also, we're looking at the financial situations where Newcastle is, and we realize that they have to sell one of their assets, or even possibly two. They are not in financial PSR, but they are in the Champions League, which require a depth of squad to play. Otherwise, you're going to go play and fall off. I mean, look at how it did to even Aston Villa. Doing well in the league, and then Champions League, yes, they were doing also well, and then they fall off. So that's what we're saying. So it's up to, Isak, do your thing, Liverpool show up. Honestly, it's a quick question. Why are they having Jake Paul fighting again, retired out of shape boxes? Why no? Jake Paul contract, you can't beat me. Even when he fought Mike Tyson, you could tell Mike Tyson was not trying to knock him out. That's the whole point. It's for him. He does it for the excitement. He knows everybody want to see him getting beat up. So he always get into these fights so that everybody have the anticipation. Yeah, he's going to get beat up. He's going to get beat up. And then he doesn't. Didn't him or his brother got knocked out one of these over the weekend or something like that? There was some videos circulating that one of them got knocked out. He said Enzo is 106.8 according to Google. Okay. I thought it was more than that. Interesting. They said Florian was impossible, remember? And was said, if the data says it, he fits LFC, we will get the player, no matter the price. I don't know why people don't understand that it has always been a Liverpool thing. If Liverpool wants a player, it doesn't what the price is. They will go for the player. Now, of course, we have a limit that we won't go beyond, but it's always been like that. When it comes to certain players, Liverpool will not go beyond it. 75 for Virgil, 85 for Nunes, 64 for Alisson. I mean, if we want to spend, we will spend. We had them until Harry Maguire showed up. We had bought the most expensive center back. Until Kepa showed up, we had the most expensive goalkeeper. So we can always spend the money. That's mostly why I am skeptical. Newcastle cannot show up in the UCL without a heavy hitter like Isak. They will end up moving backwards like Aston Villa did last season. But if you bring Isak and you don't have depth, then you fall off. They did that the last time they were in the Champions League. Remember? They had Isak. They were doing well in the Champions League, but in the league, they were struggling. A lot of injuries started kicking in, and it became a problem for them. So, fine. If you want to keep Isak, keep him, but you need help. You need a lot of help. Champions League is not for just a few players. You need a lot of help and luck for no injuries. Just like we made VVD the most expensive defender and ever, and Alisson the most expensive goalkeeper at the time we signed him. Yep. Yesterday price is not today's price. CEO is not today's CEO. LFC exactly money. They're never being issued. Issue always was some players wanted more wages. Exactly. And some players didn't want to come to Liverpool. That was it. You know, I know rival fans likes to banter us, but at the end of the day, if those players that we went after said they want to come, we will come. But if they decide to go elsewhere, you can't blame Liverpool. They might sell Gordon. True. Gordon, I mean, last year they almost did. But I don't think they will sell Gordon and Isak in the same summer. They will sell one of them and maybe somebody else. Didn't Tom Werner said excited times ahead? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And as a matter of fact, at the beginning of the show, I also said Szoboszlai agents is basically saying that something big is happening in Liverpool. I don't know what he's talking about, but I mean, we've seen the smoke. We've seen the smoke. So we can say that something is brewing. We've seen a little bit of it, right? But hey, you know what I mean? We've seen a little bit of, Verts, Kekkers, Frimpong. As a matter of fact, we have Mamash Devili who's coming in. We bought another free goalkeeper and another kid. I forgot his name. So big things are popping, man. Big things are popping. There's so excitement going into the season that, like somebody said, I don't even care if we get somebody else. It's just what we have right now. It's already exciting to see. So he said, if we don't sign Issa, who's your second choice striker? Bro, I'm in the mindset that with as low as as bad as the striker market is, I have not even looked at any other option except Isak. Now, Ekitike, if the price is right, because I think that his ceiling is high, right? With games, he can develop into something. But I don't want him to be my number one choice. As well, I don't think he's my second choice. But if I'll have a gun into my head, Gyökeres, it'll be between Gyökeres and Osimhen. As much as I'm not a big fan of Osimhen, but he can score. He's a bully. He's a bruiser. It's between Osimhen and Gyökeres if we don't get Isak. And he said, you can't put your eggs in one basket. I know, man. I know, but this one that's the only basket I have. If we don't sign Isak, either Osimhen or Alvarez. I would have said Alvarez, but they will never sell him. Atletico it will cost way more money than Isak. Atletico will not let him go. That's fair, but I think this Newcastle side is more advanced than that side. Also, remember, it's the same side. I think Di Natale was the only one who wasn't in because he was banned. Also, Isak has progressed in levels since then. Basically, it's a different equation. Newcastle on the cuffs. True, they are, but they don't have the finances to build beyond. I mean, look, yeah, Pedro would have been a great addition for them. He would have been a great addition, but guess what? He didn't go there. Cunha would have been a great addition. He didn't go there. I even think Mbeumo would have been a massive addition. All these players are not going there. You can't rely on Isak alone, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they are there if they could spend money. If they can spend money, then yes, God help us all. But they can't. They have to manage the books properly. Otherwise, next year, they are in big trouble. And you can't gamble that, oh, I'm going to be in the Champions League again next year, so I'm spending all my money. And then that's how you end up getting fined. Newcastle are losing out on big time in the window. Yeah, they're losing. A lot of players are not going there. I don't know why. I'm very, very surprised, actually. I'm very, very surprised. I thought they had Pedro on the back, but it didn't happen. But anyway, Mendem, thank you so much for coming in. Watch out for a show probably tomorrow morning, early in the morning for those commuters. I'm trying to bring in Eagle Eye Football. He's a big time Crystal Palace fan. He does a lot of their a lot of stuff with Crystal Palace. Good friend of mine. I'm trying to work something out for him. So watch out for that. I would like, we would like to talk about, Guehi, possibly Eze. We're hearing that Eze, my Arsenal is looking at Eze right now. Liverpool might sneak in. Liverpool, I know a while ago I said that he will not be my number one choice. But if Liverpool sneak him in after getting Verts, bring in Eze, right? At the time, people were like, nah, he should be the number 10. I'm like, nah, we needed somebody way. So right now that we have Verts, yeah, bring in Eze if Diaz were to move on, right? So I would like, so we're trying to get something work out. So he's a very busy man. So watch out for it. It's going to be an early morning show. You can watch it while you are brushing your teeth, eating breakfast, or driving on your way to wherever your destination is. So big up to Mandem, big up to Eagle Eyed Football. So look out for that. All right. Let's see what people are saying. If they don't improve their squad, it will be a ticket for Yep. Isak or Ekitike and Jokeres for me. Fafana for Diaz. A lot of people want Fafana. I'm like, I have Rio. I'm putting my faith on Rio. I am keen on Eze. Yep. Big up to Mandem, man. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition. Thank you for spending your Monday with me. Please hit the like button, subscribe, get us close. We are almost there. 12 away, people. 12 away. Hit the like button. Big up to Anfield Irishman. Big up to all you guys.